it's Lindy from Stitch and Lindy. I just kind of wanted to give my 2 cents on the new program with WW. So we just this week, starting Monday, it launched on November 11th, the new program with WW. So there's 3 new programs that you can choose from. I myself am doing purple because we are right now trying to eat plant-based, and we're not fully plant-based, but we are trying to get there. So I felt like when I read over the program, this would work the best for us because it does include more grains and potatoes in the 0 point foods items. It's 300 items that are 0 points on the purple program. Blue is your freestyle still, and green is, I want to say it's points plus. I don't really know the older programs because when I started last year, freestyle had already started. So that's the only program that I have known. I've kind of been struggling the last few days, and that's not because of the change in program at all. I'm just off my game. It's always around this time that I get off my game, so I am trying to get back there, fighting the sweet tooth, so that is my problem right now. But I was thinking today, and I know not all of us are good with change. A lot of us love change, so each person, these plans are individual to them. I came into this only knowing freestyle, so that's all I've ever known. I can pretty much anything that's in my pantry, I can tell you off the back of my hand what the points are because I'm just so used to it. I've been following freestyle for over a year, and I've just been accustomed to that's the points. So as I'm sitting there doing the dishes today, I'm thinking purple is great because I can include my grains and my beans and my potatoes. But the thing is that's also adding more starch to my intake. So as much as I do like that is the option, I don't know, I may go back to blue because I'm just very comfortable with it. I know it works. As long as you work the program, it will work for you. There are people that it doesn't work for because they have been used to other programs. But with me, myself, I've only done freestyle, so that is what I'm used to. So I may switch back to blue. I do like the convenience of having the 3 different programs that we can pick from. Now, the first thing that I said when I first read over the differences in the programs was potatoes, rice, grains. I'm upping my intake of all of those. Not that I'm upping hugely, especially with potatoes, but I do have them more because we are eating plant-based, so that is a starch that kind of fills us more. So at the same time, so yes, on purple, you get 300 0-point items, but you also get lower daily points. I believe my weeklies stayed the same from blue to purple. I don't know about green. I didn't switch to green to check it out. I just saw 300 plus items and potatoes was included, and I thought it would work for me. So that was the extent of what I looked into. But really, every single one of these programs would work for everybody if you work the program because, yeah, sure, you are getting less dailies on purple, but you have more items that you can choose from that are 0 points. With blue, you have 200 items that are 0 points, but you do get more dailies than purple. Green, you only have 100 0-point items, but you do get more dailies. I'm pretty sure on green, my dailies were 30. Blue, my dailies were 23. And purple, my dailies are 16. So, actually, I think it's 15 on purple. So there's benefits and downfalls to each program. But they all work. WW is continuously looking over their programs and seeing what will work, making enhancements to the program so they will work. Freestyle works. It's worked for a ton of people. So has Simply Filling, so has Points Plus. They all work if you work the programs, but other people and their lifestyles are better suited for different ones. I know a lot of people stayed on Simply Filling, a lot of people stayed on Points Plus, even though Freestyle was introduced, so they weren't able to actually track properly. So that's where a lot of people were starting to track on, what's that program? What's the app called? iTrack Bites. So that's where a lot of that came into, or people were just tracking on paper. So my thought on this is really all of the programs are very similar in the sense that you either have more 0-point items or less, and you have to work around what is 0 and then add to those meals. But you either have less 0-point items and more dailies, or more 0-point items and less dailies. So it all works out the exact same, no matter which program you are on. You just have to take a look at, first of all, what are your trigger foods? So I'm sitting down today and realizing potatoes are a trigger food for me. Even if I didn't cut out any other starch and I only cut out potatoes, potatoes are a huge trigger for me. I want more grains, I want more sugars, everything. So potato is a downfall for me. It is a trigger food, so that is the one reason why I'm thinking I may go back to blue. But work through what is your trigger foods. What are your downfalls on certain foods? Take a look at those first, because personally, if your trigger foods are in 0-point items, don't go with that plan. I mean, if they're in it and they're in all 3, then unfortunately you don't have a choice. But look for one that has a trigger food for you that might be worse for you than others, and then because you want to make sure that you are being mindful. So no matter what plan that you are on, you still want to be mindful. So I love potatoes. I could eat potatoes all day long in any form, canned, mashed, roasted, any form. I will eat potatoes. It's the same with mushrooms. But if I have to account for those points, I will be more mindful, because I don't just think, and I never really think it's a free-for-all, and don't get me wrong, I'm not overloading on potatoes, but the first meal that I made was a stew that included potatoes, where normally I would up more veggies that are not starchy veggies to my stew. So it's not like I'm overloading myself with potatoes, but I do see that I'm having it in meals where before, when I was following Freestyle, I didn't necessarily need to include those in these meals. So take a look at your 0-point foods that are included in it. And if anybody didn't know, you can change your plan that you're on by going into your settings and then go to food options, and then you can change from purple, green, and blue. I don't know if you can change it and look and see the differences and then change back, because I know you can actually only make your changes once every 2 weeks. So if you wanted to give a try on green, blue, and purple, you can test them out for 2 weeks and then make your mind of which one you like the best. Or you can just get more write-up on it, either on the WW website or from your meeting centers, because they do all have the write-ups fully of it. I'll be getting, actually today is my meeting, so I will be getting more information at my meeting today. So I don't know what literature has been handed out to other members that have already gotten theirs from the meetings, so you might get that as well, with a breakdown of what is on each plan. So just make your mind up of what you think would be best for your lifestyle. We went to Purple because we have started eating more plant-based, so having the option of having more grains, quinoa, rice, and potatoes, just being able to have those as 0 point items, it was something that thought that I would benefit more from, but on Blue, I was still able to eat those and stay within my points. So it's not like it was a downfall that I still had to account for those points, because I was getting 23 points opposed to 15. It's either 15 or 16. So you've got to kind of see what will work best for you. But all three programs I think are fantastic. It's great that we have the option of choosing ourselves, because there are other members that have always and have done and lost a ton of weight on Simply Filling or Points Plus. I'm sorry if I'm wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure Points Plus is green, Freestyle is blue, and Simply Filling is purple. So, or pretty close to those. So that is my take on the new plans. So as of right now, I'm following purple, but I may switch back to blue. So I just kind of you gotta do what will work for you. But I am really liking the changes. I know a lot of people are saying, why are we changing it? Why change something that's not broken? I 100% agree with that, but at the same time, WW is making changes and continuing to go with the times to make sure that everybody is still succeeding, continuing with new food crazes or new popular things that are out there. Like, there's always new lifestyles and changes that are happening. So as a company, it's great that they're continuing to change and keeping up with the times, because you don't want a program that's going to continuously stay the same, because there's not always people that will continue to lose and enjoy the program. So they have to continuously change with the times. So I really like the new program changes. I'm excited to kind of see more of the purple before I do change back. I'm going to wait the full 2 weeks before I do change. If I do, maybe I'll just be more mindful of not eating potatoes. So, but yeah, that is something that was my thought on it, because really all of the plans are the same. You either have more dailies or less dailies, or more 0 point foods or less. So it's really just how you can work it. So that is how I'm looking at it, and I've said it multiple times before. WW is really weight loss for dummies, because if you're following the program, and I don't mean that as we're dummies for following it, I'm meaning it's easy. It's such a simple program laid out that you can't fail if you are following the actual program that's put in front of you. And I know that's easier said than done. I'm proof of that, because I am juggling going up and down, and I have been on the programs for just over a year, and I've lost, I don't want to say the word only, but I've lost, I can't remember my last weigh-in, I think it was 17 pounds. So, but that's me, because that is me not continuously making sure that I am tracking or being mindful, or only having one treat day, or only having one treat. So that is on me, because I'm not following the program to a T, because I just thought, okay, I'll be fine with just this one treat, or I'll be fine if I just don't track this one thing. But you can't do that. If you want to actually fully succeed, you need to track 100%. You need to keep your water intake up, which I don't know why. That's my one complaint, WW. All these changes that you've done in this program and to the app, you still have not added a water tracker. Water is the biggest thing in this journey. Why did you not add a separate tracker for water? It would have been so simple, and it's the one biggest thing that I see complaints from so many members. We need a water tracker. Come on. add that, please add that to the program, because it would help immensely. I wouldn't need all these other apps to track all these other intakes. So that is my one complaint. Why didn't you add a water tracker? Because it would definitely help. And I know everybody says track it in your individual meals, but if you actually had a separate portion, I'd love to see a water bottle filling up, you know, like something that was like that. It would be great. Or even just a separate tab on the bottom for water specifically. Why can't we get wellness wins for tracking our water? That would be great. I'm sending in my suggestion again. Send in your suggestions. If anybody has a suggestion for WW, I can't remember, there's an email address that you can send it to, but if you ask on chat, they'll send you an email address, and you can send an email to the developers, and the more that they get of suggestions is when they make changes. So they listen to us when we ask. So let's send in those suggestions. We need a water tracker. Let's send it in. Anyways, that's my thoughts on the new program. I hope you like this video. What are you guys following? I'm following purple, but may go back to blue. As of right now, I'm giving purple a try for 2 weeks. So this is my first week on it. Let me know what color you guys went. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys went. If you do like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And as always, my handles are at the bottom. On Connect, my handle is Stitch and Lindy. And on Facebook, if you'd like to follow my Facebook group, Stitch and Lindy's Weight Loss Journey. Thanks for watching, guys.